A leaked Australian police report suggests two former Indonesian airline pilots may have fallen for the allure of Islamic State. They've been openly showing sympathy to the terrorist group on social media. The pilots started leaving positive comments, apparently, under photos showing alleged terrorists posing with weapons in a conflict zone. Then in March 2015, one of the pair posted his location on social media as Raqqa in Syria, a city proclaimed to be the capital of jihadist-held territories. The leaked police findings detail how their appearance has changed too over time. Australia sent the information to partner law enforcement agencies, alerting them that the men could pose a security threat.
Upon review of the content from both accounts, it is assessed that these persons are likely being influenced by radical elements, at least from the online environment, and as a result may pose a security threat.
Well, we contacted AirAsia Indonesia, where one of the pilots worked. The company would only say that the man was no longer employed there. The other pilot used to work for Indonesia's Premier. That airline said that he'd left the company in June, 3 months then after the police report was issued. We also got in touch with Australian police, who said they don't comment on matters of intelligence, though they did add that they maintain strong relations with domestic and foreign partners to ensure the safety of Australians. The leaked police report points out the extreme dangers which a radicalised pilot could pose, though, to the international security.
Pilots, aircrew and others with access to and within the aviation environment can pose obvious threats if these persons are radicalised. Their access and knowledge of security and safety regimes provides the ability to attempt attacks, as witnessed by past global events.
We discussed it with former commercial pilot Mark Weiss, who says the findings he thinks are extremely alarming here.
The world is now becoming more radicalized. There are more and more problems, and more of them are going to arise. Pilots and flight attendants get a certain level of training that provide them with the inside knowledge on how to protect an aircraft and its passengers and crew. But conversely, it also points out areas of weakness. The fact that you've identified 2 pilots, and there are tens of thousands of pilots around the globe, the numbers that have been radicalized are certainly a lot greater than the 2 that we already know about. The real troubling part of this is there is no definitive way to stop this. It's really going to be a matter of trying to put up nets around everything.
Of course, for airline passengers, trust in pilots has been shaken of late. There have been a few incidents recently where cockpit crew have apparently deliberately caused a disaster. We'll remember this guy's face. That's Andreas Lubitz. In March this year, he suffered from severe depression, by the way. He downed that German wings plane, they think, because he was depressed. It killed 149 people anyway. Then, November 2013, investigators concluded that a Mozambique Airlines Airways pilot brought a plane down again, 33 lives lost there. Security expert Bernard Kampmark says there's no foolproof way to ensure that a vetted pilot won't pose a danger.
The reality of it still is, of course, that these particular aircraft or these particular aviation industries have very strict, certainly recruitment procedures and screening procedures and vetting procedures. So you can't really go much more than that. And unfortunately, you also have to always realize that there will be instances where people will also get through even the vetting procedures. It's the element of danger that pilots, when they are in possession, of course, of such a vehicle or such a, an entity like an aircraft. So there are weapons, and it is a very dangerous weapon. Authorities have a lot of work to do when it comes to dealing with these situations.